Stay tuned for your weekly news review on STVS.
Hello, welcome to your news review in English. I'm your presenter, Dakota Simpson. The expected cost for food as part of the after-school care for 2014 is 10 million SRDs. This amount is based on an estimated number of 28,110 children and 200 school days. In October 2008, the pilot project School Food started, whereby needy children in some schools in the district of Paramaribo, Kamuena, Nikeri, and Para were provided with something to eat. In 2011, the project was of a more rural nature, because children from all 10 districts, with the approval of the parents, were provided with food. The after-school care includes providing a hot meal, assistance with homework, recreational opportunities, and extra activities. Slow students can receive attention under special guidance. This is done in an attempt for them to perform better in school. After-school training activities are being developed with the objective of contributing to the development of the youth. This is done with the support and guidance of experts. The curriculum for special education, such as for children with disabilities, is difficult to determine. This became clear on Thursday, November 14, during a visit by the Education Minister, Ashwin Adin, to the Mittal School. The Mittal School wants to educate their own students who have finished the 6th grade further, but they cannot because the school lacks the facilities, the curriculum, and the teachers. Gerta Yerap, chairwoman of the board at the Mittal School, is not entirely satisfied with the way the government deals with her organization. Mr. Hadin has promised to address the problems and the shortage of teachers immediately. The adaptation of the curriculum for this group of children will also be addressed. The Mittal School still wants to start this year with further education at the junior high level. The telecommunications company Suriname, Telesur, is addressing discontent among the community as it regards to the 4G network. On Friday, November 15, Telesur launched this network in the Telesur Multimedia Innovation Laboratory at the ADEC University. The company is setting the first step in providing fast internet to the consumer. Kenneth Moringen, commercial director of the Telesur, hopes that with the launch of this network, the dissatisfaction in society will disappear. The network is indefinitely free. The forecast for 2030 on diabetes mellitus, known simply as diabetes, is that globally an increase is to be expected. In Suriname, the disease is registered as the number 3 cause of death. Thursday, November 4 was World Diabetes Day. Hence, the Diabetes Association Suriname, in cooperation with Diabeta, a subsidiary of Intermed, held a lecture with the topic, Diabetes mellitus and the Heart. According to Robert Aladdin, the initiator of the lecture, diabetes presents itself more and more at a young age. He talked about the prevention of diabetes, the symptoms, and the cause. There are 3 types of diabetes: type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes. Diabetes affects the blood vessels and nerves in the body. Diabetes mellitus causes many complications of the heart. This can lead to heart attack and heart failure. There are 370 million diabetics in the world. 90% of these have type 2 diabetes. This is 1/12 of the world's population. The candidates for the Youth Parliament are trained in basic skills for their parliamentarianship. It is intended that the candidate parliamentarians should mobilize the youth to vote for them. But they should also get familiar with the Parliament as an institute. This says the President of the Youth Parliament, Daryl Bhutto. Anil Dube, Vice President of the Youth Parliament Election Commission, says that young people received more promotional materials for the election. They also learned how they should present themselves as candidates and how they should communicate with others. Gise Dubé notes that young people are increasingly participating in the elections. The Surinamese youth are preparing for elections that will be held on December 10. The Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Fisheries, LVV, tries to promote sustainable agriculture. To continue to support this process, the Ministry, in collaboration with Sustainable Development Foundation Netherlands Suriname, the ONS, and the dairy company, Mishi, created an award for the most sustainable agricultural company in Suriname. For the second time this year, agricultural companies got the opportunity to be recognized. The award was presented on November 15 at a seminar which was opened and closed by the Minister of LVV, Hendrik Sitorijoyo. The topics discussed during the seminar were sustainable agriculture in an international context and sustainable agriculture in the Surinamese situation. Films about the nominated agricultural businesses were viewed. In addition to the award, 3 companies received cash prizes. Gopex International received the first prize as the most sustainable agricultural company in Suriname for 2013. Second prize went to Andre Pitta of Mungo, and the third prize was for Gitana Monkau of Slice, Kopro, and Ve from Coroni. The Department of Public Green and Transport of the Ministry of Public Works are working on the improvement of the area surrounding Kusawena-Strat Bridge. Last Sunday, a delegation from the ministry, led by the minister, was orientated in the area. In the near future, traffic will not be allowed to make a right turn from the Disbergland onto the Kusawena-Strat. Henk Whip, head of the traffic department of the Ministry of Public Work, said that the new situation will provide less congestion. The traffic that goes over the bridge, especially the motorcyclists and cyclists, doesn't have a clear view of the path they drive on. The cyclist path on the Disbergland will also be addressed. It was damaged by a truck of a company which is located around the corner of the Disbergland and the Kusawena-Strat. The Minister of Public Works, Rabin Pamasar, gave the order to solve these problems. The entrepreneur who is responsible for the damage of the bike path on the Disbergland should bear the consequences, says the District Commissioner, Mike Nerkust. In addition, he added that entrepreneurs and the citizens should also know their responsibility to the community. Surinamese should prepare themselves for a dengue epidemic. Astrasia Warner, head of the Department Environment Inspection of the Bureau for Public Health Care, BOG, gave the warning, because at the moment there's a dengue epidemic abroad. Currently, this is not the case in Suriname, but some cases of dengue have already been reported. Mrs. Warner warns the community to be prepared, because during the rainy season, there's an increased chance that dengue will spread over to Suriname. To be better prepared for this, the environmental inspectors received a refreshment training last week. At the training, Integrated Factor Management, that was conducted by foreigners, the environmental inspectors were told not just to focus on the mosquito, but also on the breeding grounds as well. The BOG celebrated its 86th anniversary last Monday. Education for people with hearing problems in Suriname should be lifted to a higher level. That's the aim of the project Sign Language DVD. The demand to start the development of a sign language training is high. The Kennedy School aims to develop sign language. The aim is for students of the school to eventually attend classes at a regular junior high school or senior high school with the aid of an interpreter. For 2 weeks, 8 youngsters from the Kennedy School received a training to make sign language DVDs. The intention is to get the young people to work independently. The children find this interesting. This project is established thanks to the funding of Quota International. To maintain the continuity, Telesur donated 2 computers. The Javanists would like to see their new year formally recognized by the government. This new year, the new year of this group, which is called Sasisuru, has begun with a fasting period. On Tuesday, this group of Javanese, the Javanists, ceremonially closed the so-called Agomojowo. The Agomojowo is a fasting period of 15 days, which began on November 6. First, they gave prayers to the Pangeran, which is the creator, followed by a sacrifice. For 15 days, the Javanese abstained from animal foods. They also purified themselves physically and mentally. Nadimin Kromodikoro is chairman of the Javanese organization. For Mr. Kromodikoro, who is not long associated with this religious group, the recognition of the new year is very important. Without recognition, there cannot be acceptance by the society. However, he admits that there are still some issues of the congregation that must be put in order. The congregation will restart the registration of members. 45 people who have been baptized into Javanism received their baptism certificates. Cheryl Loretta, Miss Plus Caribbean Universe, won all the awards available. On her departure on Tuesday from Trinidad, she received yet another award from the organization for the best photo model. Loretta, who was nominated by the organization Tropical Beauties, considers the opportunity a learning experience. She returned to Suriname with some muscle pain, which she got due to the nature of her performance at the talent show. Rega's talent showed that women with a plus-size figure can also be flexible. She is hopeful about the year in which she will act as Miss Plus Caribbean Universe. It is intended that this pageant will be held in Suriname next year. Thank you for watching. For further information, you may visit our website at www.stvs.sr. I'm your presenter, Dakota Simpson.